In the last section, we put together the criteria.age filter. Hopefully you had some success with putting together the filtering around the years active as well. So in this section, we're going to go over some solutions for years active. In practice, it's going to be nearly identical to what we just did for the age. Below this if block, I'm going to add in another one. So I'll say criteria.yearsActive. And inside of here, we'll say if a years active was provided by that filter UI, right? Like if a user actually changed this slider right here, I'm going to expect my criteria object to have a years active property defined on it. So we'll say query.yearsActive. We're going to add on a search for years active on all the different artists. Now I'm only going to want to see any artist with a years active greater than criteria age, years active dot min, or less than criteria years active dot max. And that's pretty much it. So again, we're just modifying our query object here. We return the query object at the bottom. That query object is going to be sent on to our artist.find. So the overwhelming kind of idea here, the reason that we broke this all out to this build query thing, was that we only conditionally wanted to add some properties onto the query object that we're passing to artist.find. And whether or not we added on these additional properties depended 100% on this criteria object. So here's criteria. We look at criteria, we do some introspection on it. If a specific age was selected by the user, then we'll modify the query. Otherwise, just let it go on through. So now we can test out both age and years active at the same time. I'm going to flip over to our app. We will refresh it. Wait for the refresh. All right, and now we should be able to say, give me only years active from, let's say, 8 to 13. Okay, I definitely saw some number go away, about 8 to 10. Ah, there we go. So now we're down to just 9 years active. How about let's go out to 6. Okay, looks good. And now I should be able to combine these two. So you'll notice that I have users anywhere from 36 to 43. So maybe I only want the user who's 43. So I'll go down to 41 to 43. And there we go. So now I'm seeing only artists with an age from 41 to 43 and a years active from 6 to 10. Just what I expect. So this is looking pretty good. I think that we're making some great progress. The last thing that we have to tackle is searching with some text criteria up here, or like a specified name. So this is where some very intense topics are going to come into play. If you already gave an attempt at this, fantastic. I definitely applaud you for your attempt. If you saw any error message around it, no problem. We're going to go over these solutions in the next section. It definitely requires a little bit of extra knowledge that I have not shared with you so far. So if you gave it a shot and it didn't quite work out, again, don't sweat it. I wanted to just push you a little bit and see if you can stumble across the solution. So let's take care of searching by name in the next section.